When the Middle Ages dawned in 476 CE, gatehouses were not merely fortified towers at castle entrances. They were the first line of interaction between travelers and residents, and they served as vital nodes for controlling goods, people, and information. Before tonight is over, you will discover just how crucial these humble structures were to daily medieval life. Imagine a world without secure borders or reliable communication networks. In this age of castles and kingdoms, gatehouses stood as the frontline guardians. They did not simply grant access, they scrutinized every person and parcel that passed through. Inside these gatehouses were guardrooms, vital spaces where the lifeblood of medieval society flowed. Here, crucial decisions were made about who and what entered or exited a town. Every bundle of cloth, every sack of grain was examined under watchful eyes. These guardrooms served as the beating heart of a castle's security. They were not just physical barriers, but centers of intelligence gathering. Information trickled in from travelers and couriers, shaping the town's response to external threats. Consider Pope Leo I, who reigned from 440 to 461 CE. He would have relied on gatehouses for updates about the state of his vast territories. Each report could mean the difference between peace and invasion. Benedict of Nursia, founder of the Benedictine order in 529 CE, might have received news through these gateways about monastic communities' welfare. News that helped shape his rules for religious life. But the role of these structures went far beyond just security and communication. They were also centers of tax collection and trade regulation. Every coin that changed hands, every good that was traded passed through these checkpoints. In a world where trust was scarce, gatehouses provided an assurance of order and reliability. They ensured that commerce could flourish, even in the face of potential unrest or deceit. Moreover, these structures played a significant role in maintaining social hierarchies. Nobles and high-ranking officials were accorded swift and deferential treatment, while commoners faced rigorous scrutiny. In the grand tapestry of medieval life, gatehouses and guardrooms held an unseen yet crucial role. They were the unsung heroes that kept kingdoms running smoothly and safely. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it helps this channel more than you'd think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it. It should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. The Middle Ages, a term coined by 15th century scholars to describe the period from around 500 CE to the start of the Renaissance in the late 1400s or early 1500s. This expansive epoch, spanning nearly 1,000 years, is marked by significant shifts and transformations within European society. This era, also known as the medieval period or medieval, encompasses notable historical figures such as William the Conqueror, Emperor Justinian I, Genghis Khan, Charlemagne, and Alfred the Great. Each of these figures played pivotal roles in shaping the course of history during this time. Amidst the political maneuverings and cultural changes, the Middle Ages witnessed profound events that shaped European history. The Black Death, which claimed millions of lives, left a lasting impact on societal structures and demographics. The 100 Years' War, the Crusades, and the Wars of the Roses. These conflicts not only reshaped political landscapes, but also influenced societal behaviors and economic practices. By understanding the context of this era, we can appreciate how these humble yet strategically placed structures were instrumental in keeping kingdoms secure and functional. From the beginning of the Middle Ages to its end, these structures stood as silent sentinels, ensuring that the intricate web of medieval life could function smoothly. This historical backdrop allows us to see how the Middle Ages set the stage for many of the cultural and political developments that followed, including the emergence of the Renaissance. And so we return to the unassuming gatehouses and guardrooms, which, in their quiet efficiency, held an empire together. In the shifting landscape of early medieval Europe, two names stand out as pivotal figures who shaped the political and social fabric of their time. The first Bretwalda of the Anglo-Saxons, and Alaric, who became king of the Visigoths in 395 CE. The title Bretwalda, which translates to ruler of Britain or king of the Britons, was an honorific bestowed upon those who exerted significant influence and power over their contemporaries. All rose to prominence around the mid-6th century, a time when Britain was fragmenting into smaller kingdoms. In a pivotal battle in 495 CE, known as the Battle of Mount Badon, Ela led his forces against the invading Anglo-Saxons. This victory was so decisive that it halted the Anglo-Saxon advance for nearly a century. El's success not only secured his legacy, but also set the stage for future power dynamics in Britain. Meanwhile, across the continent, another leader was making his mark. Alaric of Visigoth took the reins of power after the death of his uncle and predecessor, King Atholf. The Visigoths were a Germanic tribe that had migrated from their original homelands and settled in various parts of Europe. Alaric's rule was marked by a series of military campaigns aimed at consolidating Visigoth power and expanding their territories. Under his leadership, the Visigoths established a kingdom in what is now southern France and northern Spain, regions that would become a significant center of medieval culture and politics. Both El and Alaric represent the shifting political landscape of early medieval Europe. Their actions had far-reaching consequences, shaping the boundaries of kingdoms and influencing the cultural and social dynamics of their respective regions for generations to come. Clovis I, the first king of the Franks, ruled from 481 to 511 CE. His reign marked a pivotal moment in European history. The Frankish Empire under Clovis's leadership was instrumental in unifying various tribal groups across the region, setting the stage for a more cohesive medieval Europe. Clovis' strategic alliances and political acumen played a crucial role in shaping the boundaries of kingdoms, echoing across generations. One of his most significant achievements was the Battle of Tolbiac in 496 CE, where he defeated the Alemanni and became the undisputed ruler over the Frankish territories. This victory consolidated his power and established the foundations for the Frankish Empire's enduring influence. Clovis I also played a vital role in converting the Franks to Christianity, fostering religious unity that further strengthened his kingdom's cohesion. His decision to adopt Catholicism not only aligned him with the powerful Pope Leo I, but also ensured that future generations of Franks were brought up under a unified faith. The impact of Clovis's rule extended far beyond his lifetime, as the Frankish Empire became one of the most significant political powers in medieval Europe. His legacy continued through subsequent kings who built upon the foundation he laid, ensuring that the Frankish Empire remained a force to be reckoned with throughout the Middle Ages. As the Frankish Empire solidified its influence, another significant realm in history was making waves: the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire, a continuation of the Eastern Roman Empire, spanned from 527 to 565 CE under the reign of Justinian the Great. During his rule, Justinian oversaw a period marked by significant cultural and political achievements that resonated across Europe. One of the most notable accomplishments was the codification of Roman law into the Corpus Juris Civilis, a foundational text that would influence legal systems for centuries to come. Under Justinian's guidance, the empire also undertook ambitious architectural projects, including the reconstruction of the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. This magnificent structure, completed in 537 CE, stood as a testament to Byzantine engineering prowess and religious devotion. Beyond its borders, the Byzantine Empire maintained diplomatic ties that allowed for cultural exchange and political influence. Trade routes connecting Constantinople to various parts of Asia and Africa brought valuable goods such as silk and spices into the empire's hands. These materials not only enriched the Byzantine economy, but also introduced new luxuries to European society at large. Scholars within the empire diligently copied and preserved ancient texts that might have been lost forever without their efforts. This intellectual legacy would later fuel the Renaissance's thirst for learning and innovation. The impact of Justinian's rule extended far beyond his lifetime, illustrating the reach and power of the Byzantine Empire during this pivotal era. In the year 661, a significant shift in power dynamics took place in the Middle East. This was the year the Umayyad Caliphate was established. The Umayyads were a dynasty of caliphs who ruled over the Islamic world. Their reign was marked by rapid expansion and influence. Under their leadership, Islam spread quickly across vast territories, from the Arabian Peninsula to North Africa and beyond. The Umayyad Caliphate's impact was profound. It became a major player in medieval times, shaping the political and cultural landscape of its era. For instance, the establishment of Damascus as the Caliphate's capital city in Syria signified a strategic shift in political power from Arabia to the Levant. Under the Umayyads, administrative centers like Damascus became hubs for intellectual exchange and economic growth. The Umayyad Caliphate's expansion also facilitated the dissemination of Arabic language and culture across its territories. This linguistic and cultural influence left a lasting impact on the regions it touched, shaping medieval history in significant ways. The Caliphate's reach extended as far west as Spain and as far east as parts of India, reflecting its extensive power and influence. While the Umayyad Caliphate itself was relatively short-lived, lasting only until 750 CE, its legacy endured through centuries of Islamic civilization. Charlemagne, known for unifying Europe, ascended to the throne in 768 CE, marking a pivotal moment in medieval history. His father, Pepin the Short, laid the groundwork for this unification by becoming the first Carolingian king of the Franks in 751 CE. Charlemagne's reign expanded significantly, stretching from what is now Spain to Denmark and from the Atlantic Ocean to the Elbe River. This vast realm was not merely a geographical entity, but also a cultural and economic hub, crucial for controlling trade routes and information flow across Europe. Gatehouses and guardrooms were vital nodes in this network, serving as checkpoints where goods, people, and news could be monitored and regulated. In these structures, Charlemagne's officials maintained strict controls, ensuring that only authorized individuals and materials passed through. This level of control was crucial for maintaining the stability and security of his empire during a time when political alliances could shift abruptly and threats were constant. The coronation of Charlemagne as emperor by Pope Leo III on Christmas Day 800 CE was a significant political maneuver that solidified his power and influence across Europe. This event not only marked the beginning of the Holy Roman Empire, but also underscored the importance of religious alliance in medieval politics. Charlemagne's rule, though vast and powerful, was built on a foundation of meticulous control over every aspect of his realm, from trade to communication. This legacy of strategic management continues to resonate in modern governance structures, highlighting the enduring impact of medieval innovations. The Siege of Constantinople in 626 CE marked a pivotal moment in medieval Europe, highlighting the strategic importance of controlling key urban centers. Constantinople, known today as Istanbul, was a vital hub of trade and culture in the early Middle Ages. Its location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia made it a strategic prize. The city's defenders faced a formidable coalition of Avar and Persian forces during the siege. This alliance posed a significant threat to the city's security. The Avars, a nomadic people from the steppes of Central Asia, were known for their skilled horsemanship and effective military tactics. The Persians, meanwhile, brought with them a rich history of siege warfare. Despite their formidable alliance, the coalition faced difficulties in breaching Constantinople's well-defended walls. These walls were not only physical barriers, but also symbols of imperial power. The siege ultimately failed due to the resilience of Constantinople's defenses. This conflict underscored the importance of strategic management in medieval urban life. In the year 570 CE, in the bustling city of Mecca, a significant birth took place that would reshape the religious landscape of medieval times. Born into the Banu Hashim clan, a boy named Muhammad was destined to become one of history's most influential figures. As an adult, Muhammad would embark on a spiritual journey that led him to the revelations which form the basis of Islam. His teachings emphasized monotheism, prophethood, and the Day of Judgment principles that would later be compiled into the Quran. Prophet Muhammad's message spread rapidly across Arabia, establishing a stronghold in Medina after facing initial resistance in Mecca. The Prophet's leadership brought unification and transformation to the Arabian Peninsula, eventually extending beyond it. His influence not only fostered a new religion, but also laid the groundwork for a vast empire that would shape medieval and modern geopolitics. Muhammad's teachings continue to guide hundreds of millions of Muslims today, reflecting the profound impact he had on shaping medieval thought and culture. The birth of Islam under Prophet Muhammad illustrates the critical role religion played in shaping medieval life, and the enduring legacy of his teachings continues to resonate through time. As we explore further into this period, it becomes clear that understanding the origins and spread of major world religions like Islam is essential for grasping the broader context of medieval history. The once mighty Roman Empire, which at its height controlled vast territories across Europe and beyond, crumbled under a combination of internal strife, external threats, and economic decline. As the empire disintegrated, the control over goods, people, and information became increasingly decentralized. This lack of central authority created an environment where local powers could emerge and exert their influence. The impact of these structures was profound. By controlling the flow of resources and people, medieval communities could maintain a semblance of order amidst the chaos left by the Roman Empire's collapse. These measures ensured that vital supplies could be distributed fairly, information crucial for decision-making could be disseminated efficiently, and potential threats could be identified and managed effectively. As the Middle Ages progressed, these structures became even more vital as new powers emerged. The stage was set for a period where control over goods, people, and information would shape the course of history. Understanding this historical backdrop is crucial for grasping the broader context of medieval life, where the control over these essential elements played a pivotal role in shaping society. In 1066, the Norman conquest took place, marking a significant event in medieval history. This invasion led to profound changes in English politics and society. As a result of these transformations, gatehouses became crucial for monitoring the influx of newcomers, ensuring that only authorized individuals gained entry into fortified towns and castles. In 1122, the Council of Troyes was held, an important ecclesiastical gathering that aimed to resolve conflicts within the church. This council demonstrated the growing influence of religious institutions during this period. Moreover, the development of functional literacy among clergy and nobility during this era facilitated the growth of administrative capabilities. This was especially evident in the establishment of chancelleries and scriptoria within monasteries. By 1205, the Magna Carta was signed, a document that laid out the foundations for constitutional law and limited the power of the monarchy. This event underscored the growing importance of legal frameworks in medieval governance. Throughout these centuries, Guard rooms within castles and towns served as critical spaces for the oversight of goods and people, ensuring that valuable resources were not only protected but also distributed efficiently. In 1248, the Mongol Empire's expansion into Europe marked another significant historical moment. The Mongols' advanced military tactics and organization demonstrated the high level of strategic control that was becoming increasingly common in this period. Overall, the High Middle Ages were a time of dynamic change and refinement. The roles played by gatehouses and guardrooms highlight how these structures were integral to the broader mechanisms of power and control that defined this era. These historical developments not only shaped the immediate landscape of medieval Europe, but also laid the groundwork for future societal transformations, contributing to a rich tapestry of cultural and political evolution. As the medieval era unfolded, gatehouses emerged as pivotal structures that shaped daily life in Europe's towns and castles. These structures played a vital role in monitoring and regulating the flow of goods, people, and information into and out of settlements. Through meticulous record-keeping and inspection processes, gatehouse guards ensured that only authorized individuals and legitimate merchandise entered their domains. This rigorous oversight not only maintained security, but also helped in tax collection and the enforcement of laws governing trade. The influence of gatehouses extended beyond just physical security, impacting the social dynamics within communities. By regulating access, these structures contributed to the creation and preservation of local traditions and customs. In essence, gatehouses were not mere defensive bastions, but vital nodes that shaped the rhythm of daily medieval life. Their presence ensured order and stability, fostering an environment where both residents and visitors could coexist harmoniously. At these gatehouses, tolls and tariffs were imposed on goods and people entering or exiting the city. This system allowed medieval cities to manage financial flows efficiently. One specific example of such a tax was pondage, which was levied on bridges. This revenue was crucial for maintaining the infrastructure that facilitated trade and transportation. Another notable tax was mirage, used to fund the upkeep of city walls. The funds collected from these taxes played a pivotal role in maintaining fortifications and supporting the local economy. These gatehouses acted as tax collection hubs, ensuring that the city could generate revenue to sustain its defenses and infrastructure. The strategic placement of these structures allowed for meticulous oversight of all activities taking place within the city walls. In a sense, these gatehouses were the economic nerve centers of medieval cities, overseeing the financial health and stability of the community they served. Understanding this role illustrates how gatehouses played a vital part in managing wealth and resources, thereby controlling access and influence within the community. Their strategic placement ensured that these cities remained well defended and economically stable. As you picture these gatehouses, envision them not just as points of defense, but as crucial nodes in the medieval city's financial ecosystem. They were where wealth flowed, where resources were managed, and where the well-being of the community was ensured. Just beyond the town gates, a gatehouse stands sentinel. It's not merely a barrier of defense, it's an intelligence hub. As travelers approach, they encounter guards exchanging knowing glances and jotting notes on parchment. In the guard rooms, officials meticulously record details about visitors, their origins, destinations, and any news they carry. These records were not merely administrative. They served as critical intelligence for the authorities. One of their methods was to interrogate travelers under the guise of routine checks. In these sessions, guards would ask about recent events and conditions at travelers' points of origin. For instance, during the 100 Years' War, a guard might ask, "What news from Normandy?" or "Have you seen any unusual troop movements?" This information was then relayed to the castle or town authorities. Such surveillance often detected significant events or threats early on. This early detection allowed authorities to mobilize defenses and fortify the city's infrastructure. Gatehouses acted as meeting points for diplomats, envoys, and travelers bearing important messages from distant realms. These visitors were often escorted with great protocol to ensure the safe transmission of critical information. Envoys would be greeted at the gatehouse by a party sent from the town or castle. They were then escorted through a series of chambers and rooms, each step further in signaling trust and importance. This careful orchestration was essential for maintaining the integrity and authenticity of the messages. The final meeting with the lord or ruler would take place in a secure, private chamber. One significant historical example is the Treaty of Troyes, signed in 1420 at the Gatehouse of the Château de Troyes. This treaty facilitated a strategic alliance between France and England during the 100 Years' War. The negotiations leading to this agreement took place within the secure confines of the Gatehouse, ensuring that all parties involved felt safe and trusted. Such meetings not only facilitated crucial diplomatic agreements, but also shaped the political relationships between different realms and cultures across medieval Europe. Thus, gatehouses played a pivotal role in maintaining the delicate balance of power and influence within this complex web of alliances and rivalries. In essence, these fortified structures were more than mere defensive outposts. They were key diplomatic hubs that shaped the very fabric of medieval political life. Under the jurisdiction of gatehouses, violations such as petty theft or disturbing the peace were handled swiftly and locally. Punishments could range from fines to temporary imprisonment within the gatehouse itself. This localized enforcement helped prevent larger conflicts and maintained order in medieval life. One specific example of such legal authority can be found in the rules governing the use of common lands. Gatehouses enforced regulations that ensured fair access and usage of these shared resources, preventing disputes among residents. The legal functions of gatehouses extended beyond simply punishing wrongdoers. They also played a role in mediating disputes and facilitating agreements between residents. This was crucial for maintaining harmony within the community. Gatehouses were often manned by local officials or members of religious orders who understood the importance of swift and fair justice. These individuals would use their authority to uphold laws, ensuring that violations did not go unpunished. The integration of legal functions into gatehouses underscored the comprehensive role these structures played in medieval society. They were not just defensive outposts, but essential pillars for maintaining order and administering justice within their communities. In essence, the legal authority vested in gatehouses helped shape societal behavior and reinforced a sense of lawfulness among residents. This was particularly significant given the lack of centralized enforcement mechanisms during this period. The combination of defensive capabilities and legal jurisdiction made gatehouses integral to medieval life. They were key in maintaining both physical security and social harmony, ensuring that communities could thrive under the protection of justice and order. Ultimately, the vital role of gatehouses in administering justice and enforcing law underscores their significance as more than mere defensive structures. They were pivotal in shaping the very fabric of medieval political and social life. In the bustling cities of medieval Europe, gatehouses were more than just fortified entrances. They served as crucial economic hubs that facilitated trade and commerce. For instance, in Bruges, a major trading center of the time, gatehouses were pivotal points for collecting customs and tariffs. Merchants entering the city with their goods had to stop at these gatehouses, where officials would inspect their wares and levy taxes. This process not only ensured that the city's coffers were filled, but also regulated the flow of goods into the market. By controlling what came in and when, Bruges could maintain a balance between supply and demand within its walls. Similarly, in Venice, gatehouses were essential for managing the city's extensive maritime trade. With ships bringing in goods from around the Mediterranean and beyond, these gatehouses were where customs officials ensured that all imports were declared and appropriately taxed. This system helped Venice maintain its position as a significant trading powerhouse in Europe, with gatehouses playing a vital role in ensuring that trade was both lucrative and well-regulated. Moreover, these gatehouses often housed market regulators who oversaw the operation of markets within the city walls. They ensured that prices were fair and that merchants adhered to the rules set by the guilds or municipal authorities. Imagine a merchant arriving at Bruges with a cart full of fine textiles. Before he could enter the city, he would be stopped at the gatehouse where his goods would be inspected and customs would be collected. This process not only provided revenue for the city, but also ensured that the quality and origin of the goods were verified before they entered the market. The same scenario played out in Venice, where ships laden with spices from distant lands would be meticulously checked at the gatehouses to ensure that all goods were accounted for and properly taxed. This rigorous control helped maintain a stable economy within these cities. This intricate system of control through gatehouses not only maintained order within these cities, but also supported the broader network of trade that connected various regions of medieval Europe. Without this robust economic regulation, the prosperity and stability of these great trading centers would have been impossible to achieve. So, the next time you envision a medieval gatehouse, remember that it was much more than just a fortified entrance. It was a critical hub of economic activity, ensuring that goods were properly managed and traded, and thus contributing significantly to the wealth and stability of these great cities. Their significance extended far beyond mere defense. They were pivotal in shaping the very fabric of medieval economic life, ensuring that trade was both prosperous and well-regulated. Beyond mere defense, gatehouses were architectural marvels that evolved with time to meet the ever-changing threats of medieval life. These structures were often fortified with machicolations, vertical openings through which defenders could shoot or drop projectiles on attackers below. This defensive innovation allowed the gatehouse to control access effectively, turning it into a formidable barrier against potential invaders. As threats evolved, so did the technology within gatehouses. The introduction of portcullises, massive, ironclad gates that could be raised or lowered to seal off the entrance, significantly enhanced defensive capabilities. This innovation allowed for better control over who and what entered or exited the gatehouse, making it an even more effective choke point. Throughout the Middle Ages, gatehouses became increasingly sophisticated, incorporating advancements like arrow slits and moats. In essence, the architectural evolution of gatehouses was a testament to their critical role in medieval life. Their design adaptations not only protected communities, but also facilitated the smooth flow of essential resources and intelligence. By enhancing control over access and information, these architectural marvels played a pivotal role in shaping the fabric of medieval economic and social life. Beyond their defensive role, gatehouses served as crucial nodes for managing the health of medieval communities. During periods of plague and epidemics, these architectural marvels became vital in controlling the spread of disease. In cities like London during the 14th century, gatehouses were used to enforce strict quarantine measures. Travelers and goods entering the city would be subjected to thorough inspections and checks for signs of disease. Sanitation was a primary concern in these gatehouse health management practices. Officials would ensure that people and goods were clean, sometimes even requiring disinfection processes before entry. One example is the Black Death pandemic of 1348 to 1350, where gatehouses played a critical role in enforcing isolation protocols to contain the spread of the deadly disease. During times of plague, gatehouse guards would also monitor for symptoms among residents and visitors, often leading to swift quarantines or expulsions from the city. These measures were essential in maintaining public health and order during an era when medical knowledge was limited and epidemics could decimate populations. The importance of these health checks at gatehouses cannot be overstated. They provided a critical first line of defense against the devastating impact of disease. In essence, gatehouse health management was an indispensable component of medieval life that helped preserve the well-being and stability of communities across Europe. Before dawn, the gatehouse of a medieval fortress is already alive with activity. The gatekeeper, a seasoned veteran of border skirmishes, unlocks and lifts the heavy wooden bar that secures the entrance. Merchants from distant lands arrive first, their caravans laden with exotic spices and precious silks. They must present letters of introduction and pay exorbitant tolls. Behind them, peasants trudge in with carts full of farm produce, their faces etched with the hardships of rural life. The gatekeeper waves them through without question. The gatehouse is not merely a barrier, it's a vital node where the flow of goods and people is strictly regulated. It's here that social hierarchies are both reinforced and occasionally challenged. In the hustling markets of urban centers like Paris or London, the goods filtered through gatehouses are sold at premium prices, enriching merchants who navigate these bureaucratic bottlenecks. Meanwhile, in the isolated hamlets of feudal lords, peasants toil endlessly but see little of the riches they produce. The gatehouse serves as a stark reminder of their station. In the remote valleys of Scotland or Wales, clans live beyond the reach of these feudal controls. Their gatehouses are strongholds against raiding parties rather than toll booths. The flow of information is also tightly controlled. Messengers bearing crucial news or royal decrees are scrutinized before being allowed passage. Gatehouse social hierarchies are thus both a reflection of and an influence on the complex web of medieval society. They shape how goods are distributed, people move, and information flows. During times of epidemics, gatehouses took on an additional crucial role, that of medical checkpoints. Travelers and goods passing through the gatehouse would be subjected to medical inspections. This practice helped in identifying and isolating those who might be carrying diseases. During outbreaks, gatehouses could be transformed into isolation facilities. These temporary hospitals were crucial for containing the spread of diseases and protecting public health. The gatehouse's role in public health management was so significant that some towns built permanent medical facilities adjacent to their gatehouses. This illustrates how these structures were not just defensive barriers, but also integral parts of the social and health infrastructure. The control mechanisms of gatehouses extended beyond defense into vital aspects of daily life, including public health management. These practices underscore the broader role gatehouses played in maintaining the well-being of medieval communities. And so, the humble gatehouse emerges as a multifaceted hub, vital not only for defense but also for safeguarding public health and managing the flow of life within medieval society. In medieval life, the gatehouse served as more than just a fortified entryway. It was also a crucial checkpoint for tracking and managing population movements. As travelers entered or exited, their identities were scrutinized, ensuring that only those authorized were permitted to pass. This was especially vital during times of conflict, when enemy forces might attempt infiltration. Seasonal labor migration posed another challenge for medieval communities. During harvest seasons, laborers would flock to areas with abundant work. Gatehouses played a crucial role in regulating this influx, ensuring that only necessary workers were allowed in and out, preventing overcrowding and preserving community stability. For refugees fleeing war or famine, gatehouses provided a vital safety net. They served as the first line of defense, screening newcomers for diseases and verifying their identities before allowing them entry into the settlement. This helped maintain public health and security within the community. Gatehouses also monitored immigrants seeking new opportunities. By keeping records of incoming individuals, they could track population changes and identify potential threats. This level of control was essential for maintaining order and stability within medieval societies. These structures served as crucial nodes for controlling not just physical access, but also information flow and religious activities. During pilgrimages and holy periods, gatehouses played a vital role in checking religious credentials. Travelers arriving at these checkpoints were required to present documents that verified their religious status and intentions. These documents could range from simple letters of recommendation to more official paperwork endorsed by local clergy. Such verifications were particularly important during periods of heightened religious activity, such as Lent or Holy Week. Gatekeepers would scrutinize these documents to ensure that only legitimate pilgrims were allowed entry during these sensitive times. Their role extended beyond simply verifying credentials. They also enforced religious edicts and maintained order among the faithful. For instance, during Lent, strict rules prohibited certain types of food and activities. Thus, gatehouses not only regulated physical access, but also exercised a form of religious control over medieval life. Gatehouses were crucial in monitoring the movement of goods into and out of towns. Inspections were routine, with every wagon or cart searched meticulously to detect contraband. The penalties for smuggling were severe, reflecting the seriousness with which economic stability was maintained. Fines could be exorbitant, and in extreme cases, offenders faced imprisonment or even execution. These stringent measures were not merely punitive, they served as deterrents to maintain economic order. The gatehouse's role in monitoring goods ensured that local markets remained stable and fair. The efficiency of these control systems was vital for maintaining the city's economic prosperity. By preventing the influx of unregulated or illicit items, Bruges ensured that its markets operated transparently and reliably. The gatehouse's vital function in maintaining economic order and security cannot be overstated. It was a linchpin in the complex machinery of medieval life, ensuring that trade remained honest and that goods were accounted for. And so, the humble gatehouse stood as a sentinel not just against physical threats, but also against the insidious danger of economic instability. Its presence was a reassurance to all who passed through its gates. In this role, gatehouses served as a cornerstone of medieval society, preserving order and ensuring that the economic foundations remained solid and secure. As the sun dips below the horizon, a lone messenger approaches the gatehouse of a bustling medieval town. The gatekeeper, vigilant and alert, stops the traveler to examine any letters or scrolls he might be carrying. Messengers played a crucial role in this network. They carried letters and oral reports that conveyed news from one town to another. Gatehouse personnel maintained these communication channels by verifying the authenticity of messages and ensuring their swift delivery. Significant events often depended on the timely dissemination of information through these networks. For example, the news of an impending invasion could trigger defensive preparations. In times of emergency, gatehouses became even more crucial as they relayed warnings and calls to action across the countryside. Thus, these structures were not merely defensive strongholds, but central nodes for controlling the flow of critical information that shaped societal awareness and response. Without these vital communication networks, medieval societies would have been far less capable of coordinating responses to threats and maintaining order. Their strategic position allowed gatehouse guards to prevent rebellions and uprisings before they could escalate. For instance, during the 100 Years' War, many French towns bolstered their gatehouses with additional defenses to thwart English incursions. Moreover, gatehouse guards played a crucial role in managing internal conflicts. In the case of the Wars of the Roses, gatehouses were fortified to ensure loyalty within towns and cities divided by the conflict. Coordination with neighboring territories was also facilitated through gatehouses. Messages could be securely exchanged between allies, helping to maintain peace across broader regions. This proactive role underscores that gatehouses were more than just defensive structures. They played a vital part in maintaining order and regional stability. Without these vigilant outposts, the delicate balance of medieval societies would have been severely disrupted, highlighting their indispensable contribution to political and social stability. In conclusion, gatehouses served as vital nodes in medieval life, their strategic placement and function critical to maintaining regional stability across the Middle Ages. In the heart of medieval Europe, gatehouses stood as sentinels of not just defense, but also as critical nodes for cultural exchange. From the bustling cities to remote villages, gatehouses served as vital conduits through which new art forms, technologies, and beliefs were introduced. Imagine the scene. A weary traveler from the distant lands of Asia approaches a gatehouse in a small European village. This traveler might be carrying tales of far-off lands, perhaps even intricate textiles or exotic spices that have never been seen before in this corner of the world. Such encounters fostered a vibrant exchange of ideas and practices, shaping medieval societies in profound ways. For instance, the Silk Road, an ancient network of trade routes, facilitated the spread of luxurious silk fabrics and precious porcelain from China to Europe. Gatehouses along these routes acted as crucial points where cultures intersected and mingled. Furthermore, the gatehouse was not merely a physical barrier, but also a symbolic threshold where new ideas could be tested and adopted. Through these interactions, medieval Europe became a tapestry of diverse influences, each thread adding to the richness and complexity of its culture. In conclusion, gatehouses served as more than just defensive structures. They were pivotal catalysts for the cultural exchange that shaped and enriched medieval societies. Their strategic placement and function were critical in fostering this interchange of ideas and practices that left an indelible mark on the Middle Ages. Their personnel employed specific methods to enforce laws and maintain justice within their communities. Techniques for identifying lawbreakers often involved close observation and familiarity with regular travelers. Gatehouse guards would recognize strangers or those acting suspiciously, marking them for further scrutiny. Methods of detention typically consisted of small guardrooms or holding cells within the gatehouse itself. Interrogations were conducted to gather information about crimes and potential threats. These could be quite intense, aiming to extract crucial details from suspects. One example of a legal case handled by gatehouse guards involved a dispute over the smuggling of contraband goods through the gates. Coordination with local authorities was essential. Gatehouse personnel would frequently communicate with nearby officials to ensure their actions aligned with broader legal frameworks. This cooperation highlighted the importance of gatehouses in upholding law and order, making them indispensable for maintaining the stability of medieval communities. Traveling scholars often passed through these gatehouses, carrying with them manuscripts filled with wisdom from distant lands. These manuscripts were precious commodities, carefully preserved and exchanged within the guarded confines of gatehouses. The intellectual exchanges that took place at these nodes were instrumental in shaping medieval thought and learning. Imagine a scholar from Constantinople meeting another from Oxford, both bearing insights from their respective cultures. The gatehouse served as the backdrop for these encounters, fostering an environment where knowledge could flourish and spread. This exchange of ideas laid the foundation for advancements in fields like medicine, astronomy, and philosophy. The gatehouse's role in facilitating these exchanges highlighted its vital contribution to medieval intellectual life and societal progress. Medieval performances, storytelling sessions, and gatherings were integral to the cultural fabric of the time. These events often took place within or near gatehouses, transforming these defensive structures into lively social hubs. Storytellers would regale crowds with tales of heroism and folklore, while minstrels and troubadours would sing ballads and epic poems. These performances not only entertained, but also reinforced the values and history of the community. Plays and dramatic presentations were another form of entertainment that drew large audiences. While records are scant, it is known that some performances involved moral lessons or religious themes. These cultural events often served as occasions for socializing and strengthening community bonds. Neighbors could catch up on local news, share gossip, and forge new friendships under the watchful eyes of the gatehouse guards. The gatehouse, with its central location and robust construction, provided a secure and welcoming environment for such gatherings. Its presence ensured that these moments of cultural exchange could occur in safety and tranquility. In essence, the gatehouse's role in hosting and regulating medieval entertainment highlights its broader impact on medieval life. It was more than a defensive barrier. It was a vital node of community building and cultural preservation. By fostering these social and cultural interactions, gatehouses played an indispensable role in the vibrancy and cohesion of medieval communities. In a time before radio or television, these gatherings were a crucial source of entertainment and connection for people from all walks of life. Throughout medieval Europe, gatehouses were more than mere structures of defense. They served as vibrant hubs of artistic patronage and cultural display. These imposing buildings often showcased elaborate artworks commissioned by wealthy patrons to reflect their status and taste. Gatehouses frequently featured grand tapestries that adorned their walls, telling stories of historical events or mythical legends through intricate designs and vivid colors. These textile masterpieces were not only decorative but also served as important cultural artifacts, preserving medieval history and lore for future generations to admire. Sculptures were another common sight at gatehouses. Statues of noble figures or religious icons would often stand sentinel, greeting visitors and residents alike with a silent testament to the era's artistic prowess. The commissioning of such artworks was not merely an act of individual expression, but also a statement of societal values and aspirations. It underscored the gatehouse's role as a nexus for communicating social norms and ideals. Beyond their aesthetic appeal, these art displays also had practical functions. They served to impress upon visitors the power and wealth of the gatehouse's owners, reinforcing social hierarchies and political influence. Gatehouses thus became platforms for artistic expression and cultural preservation, reflecting the complex tapestry of medieval life and its rich artistic heritage. In the intricate dance of medieval diplomacy, gatehouses played a pivotal role as hubs where strategic alliances were forged and critical military treaties signed. These vital nodes weren't merely structures of defense, they served as dynamic centers of political interaction, facilitating crucial meetings between military leaders. Consider the fortified gatehouse at the Castle of Acre in the Holy Land during the Crusades. Here, military leaders from diverse factions gathered to discuss terms and sign treaties. In 1291, for instance, the Gatehouse witnessed a significant meeting where leaders from opposing Crusader states negotiated terms for a crucial alliance that would determine their collective fate against the encroaching Muslim forces. These gatherings were not just about defensive strategies, they also involved the exchange of vital strategic information that could tilt the balance of power. Imagine a tense meeting where a commander reveals intelligence about an impending attack from a rival force. This information could sway the decisions of the assembled leaders and lead to decisive actions. Moreover, gatehouses were where critical military treaties were signed, sealing alliances that would maintain peace and prevent further conflicts. For example, the Treaty of Jaffa, signed in 1229 at a gatehouse near Acre, saw two powerful factions agree to a truce that would last for over a decade. Thus, gatehouses were not merely defensive structures. They were indispensable nodes for maintaining diplomatic relations and forging the alliances that kept the medieval world in a delicate balance. In this intricate web of political maneuvers, gatehouses stood as symbols of both power and peace, their significance echoing through the corridors of medieval history. Every day, merchants would pass through its heavy doors, carrying goods from distant lands. Taxes and tributes collected from various social classes, including nobility, clergy, and commoners, were often funneled through these gatehouses. Here, the goods could be inspected, inventoried, and then redistributed among those in need or to maintain societal balance. This intricate web of tax collection and wealth redistribution played a critical role in maintaining the delicate balance of medieval society. During seasonal labor migrations, gatehouses played a crucial role in managing the movement of workers. They controlled the influx of temporary laborers, ensuring that the agricultural workforce was adequately managed. The strategic positioning of gatehouses allowed for efficient regulation of crop taxes. This ensured that rural communities could support their local economies while contributing to the broader medieval system. Their influence extended beyond just controlling goods. Gatehouses also managed seasonal labor migrations. This ensured that rural populations could support their livelihoods while contributing to the stability of medieval society. For example, during harvest times, gatehouses would regulate the influx of temporary workers, ensuring that crops were harvested efficiently and effectively distributed. The strategic positioning of these structures meant they could quickly adapt to changing agricultural needs, maintaining a balance between local demands and broader medieval requirements. In essence, gatehouses were more than just defensive structures. They were the lifelines of medieval society, ensuring that vital goods reached their destinations, crop taxes were enforced, and labor was managed effectively. Their role in controlling agricultural practices underscores the intricate balance of power and resources that characterized medieval Europe, highlighting their strategic importance in maintaining stability and ensuring a steady food supply. In cities across medieval Europe, gatehouses stood watch over the comings and goings of travelers, but they also ensured that goods entering or leaving the city met specific quality standards set by local guilds. This oversight was particularly important for crafted items like pottery, textiles, and metalwork, where consistency and reliability were paramount. Guardrooms within the walls often housed officials who would inspect the products of local artisans, ensuring they adhered to the guild's strict regulations. This process not only maintained the integrity of the craftsmanship, but also protected consumers from substandard or fraudulent goods. To illustrate this, consider the potters in medieval York. Every piece of pottery leaving the city had to pass through the gatehouse, where a guild-appointed inspector would examine it for defects or irregularities. This ensured that only high-quality pottery reached the marketplace. Moreover, gatehouses played a vital role in managing trade disputes. If a merchant accused an artisan of delivering faulty goods, the dispute could be adjudicated right at the gatehouse. The presence of these officials helped to quickly resolve conflicts, maintaining order and trust within the marketplace. In essence, gatehouses functioned as both regulatory bodies and dispute resolution centers for medieval craft industries. Their role was pivotal in ensuring that products met the high standards expected by consumers and prevented fraudulent activities from undermining the market's integrity. Imagine a weaver in Paris, his carefully woven tapestries inspected at the city gate before being allowed to enter the market. This system instilled confidence in buyers, knowing that even the finest details of the craft had been scrutinized and approved by expert eyes. The meticulous oversight provided by gatehouses and guardrooms underscores their critical role in upholding the quality of medieval craftsmanship. By maintaining such rigorous standards, these structures ensured that medieval towns could thrive on a foundation of reliable goods and trustworthy transactions. Thus, the vital role of gatehouses in overseeing artisan guilds highlights the intricate balance of power and quality that characterized medieval commerce. Their presence played a crucial part in maintaining stability and ensuring that the goods exchanged within their walls were of the highest standard. Imagine a traveler approaching the town of Canterbury in the 13th century. Before they can enter, they must first pass through the gatehouse. Here, their journey is paused as a guard inquires about their business and checks for compliance with local laws. The city gates would be shut at a certain hour, signaling to all within that it was time to retire for the night. Beyond just closing off access points, these measures helped maintain order within the community. Furthermore, gatehouses and guardrooms played a vital role in regulating public gatherings. large assemblies of people could pose risks to public safety and order. Guards at the gatehouse would monitor and sometimes restrict the size of crowds entering or leaving the town. This was particularly important during times of unrest or when significant events were taking place within the town walls. Finally, gatehouses and guardrooms also served as critical points for monitoring travelers to ensure compliance with local laws and customs. Travelers were required to provide identification or proof of their legitimacy before being granted entry. This process helped maintain the integrity and stability of medieval communities. Gatehouse guards were often trained in the art of observation and communication, becoming vital spies for their lords. They used cunning techniques to gather information from travelers passing through. Subtle interrogations, hidden eavesdropping spots, and discreet note-taking were common practices. Guards would sometimes feign ignorance or offer hospitality to put visitors at ease, making it easier to extract valuable intel. These methods allowed rulers to stay informed about political shifts, military movements, and economic trends. Coded messages and secret signals were employed to communicate sensitive information swiftly. Gatehouse guards often developed intricate networks of trusted contacts across the region to ensure the flow of critical intel. Their work was indispensable for maintaining the security and strategic decision-making of medieval rulers. By monitoring the movements and stories of those who passed through, gatehouses became vital points in a complex web of medieval espionage. This process demonstrated how gatehouses were integral to the security and strategic decision-making processes of medieval rulers. Imagine the year is 1215, and you are approaching the gatehouse of Windsor Castle in England. As you enter, you notice that there are scribes busily recording documents on parchment. These documents are not just any writings, they are the Magna Carta, a pivotal legal codification that would shape medieval and future societies. Gatehouses like this were not merely defensive structures. They also served as critical nodes for the dissemination of legal information. The Magna Carta, signed by King John in response to demands from his barons, introduced the principle that even monarchs were subject to the law. Through these gatehouses, the Magna Carta was copied and sent to various parts of England, slowly spreading its influence. This legal codification laid the groundwork for many constitutional laws that we still recognize today. Thus, gatehouses played a vital role in the development and dissemination of medieval legal systems. They served as centers for recording and sharing the laws that would govern and shape medieval societies. Scholars of the Middle Ages used gatehouses to share knowledge and ideas across distant regions. Manuscripts, letters, and scholarly works were exchanged through these vital points of control, allowing intellectual growth to transcend geographical boundaries. One exemplary center of knowledge exchange was the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, established by Caliph al-Ma'mun in the 9th century. This institution brought together scholars from various regions to translate and study ancient texts, fostering a vibrant intellectual culture. The House of Wisdom became a hub for the dissemination of knowledge across the Islamic world and beyond. Scholars from different regions would visit, carrying manuscripts and letters that were then shared through the guardrooms. For instance, the works of Aristotle and other Greek philosophers were translated into Arabic at the House of Wisdom and later made their way to Europe through these gatehouses. These translations played a crucial role in the European Renaissance, demonstrating how scholarly communication across medieval gatehouses could influence intellectual progress centuries later. Without gatehouses, many intellectual breakthroughs might have been delayed or even lost entirely, underscoring their importance in medieval scholarly communication. Thus, the humble gatehouse and guardroom emerged as powerful engines of intellectual progress, quietly shaping the course of medieval thought and paving the way for future scholarly advancements. The strategic position of gatehouses ensured that important communications and documents were controlled tightly. This control was vital for maintaining peaceful relations between rulers and kingdoms. These structures also played a significant role in facilitating treaty signings. The grandeur and formality of gatehouses provided an appropriate backdrop for such ceremonial occasions, symbolizing the importance and solemnity of the agreements being made. Moreover, gatehouses were used to manage state secrets. Sensitive information exchanged between rulers could be securely conveyed through these controlled entry points, reducing the risk of interception or leakage. Thus, gatehouses were pivotal in maintaining peaceful relations and information control during medieval times. Their strategic placement and use ensured that diplomatic exchanges were handled with the utmost care and security, reflecting their vital role in the complex tapestry of medieval life. In the labyrinthine landscape of medieval Europe, gatehouses and guardrooms stood not just as fortified structures, but as vibrant nodes in a vast network of information exchange. These humble buildings were pivotal in facilitating the flow of vital news, decrees, and trade intelligence throughout the continent. Under Charlemagne's rule, a sophisticated postal system was developed to ensure efficient dissemination of information across his vast empire. This network of gatehouses and messengers acted as a lifeline for medieval society, enabling the swift exchange of critical news and decrees. For instance, the rapid dissemination of royal edicts from Charlemagne's court to distant provinces was made possible by this well-orchestrated system. Beyond official communications, gatehouses also played a vital role in spreading trade intelligence among merchants. Merchants relied on these hubs to exchange valuable information about market conditions and new trade routes. Thus, gatehouses were not only defensive bastions, but also critical points of connection in a sprawling information network. This intricate web of communication highlights how gatehouses were instrumental in shaping the societal dynamics and control mechanisms of medieval Europe. Without these vital nodes, the dissemination of news and trade intelligence would have been severely hindered, impacting the very fabric of medieval life. One key aspect of this control was the enforcement of sumptuary laws, regulations that dictated what people could wear based on their social status. These laws were not simply about fashion, but about maintaining the rigid hierarchies of medieval society. They prevented the lower classes from imitating the clothing of nobility, thereby preserving the visible symbols of social order. Gatehouses played a crucial role in this enforcement. As travelers and residents passed through these structures, their attire was closely scrutinized to ensure compliance with the sumptuary laws. Any violation could result in penalties or even public humiliation, serving as a stark reminder of one's place in society. This system helped to keep the social fabric intact and prevented any perceived challenges to the established order. The control exerted through these laws and their enforcement at gatehouses illustrates how these vital nodes played a crucial role in maintaining societal order and preventing unauthorized access to goods and symbols of status. In medieval times, when the concept of quarantine was yet to be formalized as a public health strategy, the gatehouse played an essential role in controlling disease spread within communities. Travelers arriving at a town or city would first encounter the gatehouse, making it the front line for identifying potential health threats. The gatehouse guards were tasked with scrutinizing incoming travelers for symptoms of disease, particularly those indicating plague or other contagious illnesses. Travelers exhibiting signs of illness would be promptly quarantined within the gatehouse itself, isolating them from the broader population until their condition could be assessed more thoroughly. This early form of disease control was crucial during outbreaks like the Black Death, which decimated populations across medieval Europe. By intercepting infected individuals at the gatehouse, communities could mitigate the risk of widespread contagion. Moreover, the gatehouse served as a critical hub for disseminating public health information. Announcements about disease outbreaks and safety measures would be broadcast from this central point, ensuring that residents were kept informed and could take necessary precautions. For example, during the height of the Black Death, Gatehouses would issue warnings to avoid contact with those displaying symptoms such as swollen lymph nodes or sudden fever. Through these measures, gatehouses played a pivotal role in preserving the stability and safety of medieval societies by managing disease spread effectively. The historical significance of this role underscores how these seemingly ordinary structures held immense power in shaping the health and well-being of entire communities. Gatehouses were not merely for defense, they played a crucial role in managing waste and pollution, preserving natural resources, and ensuring environmental balance in medieval life. Imagine the bustling city of London in the Middle Ages, teeming with people and their waste products. Medieval cities faced significant challenges in managing waste. Gatehouses served as vital nodes for controlling the influx of goods, but also for regulating the outflow of waste. They acted as central collection points where refuse could be managed effectively. In some cities, waste would be piled high in designated areas outside the gatehouse. These piles were a necessary evil, but they also posed significant health risks. However, gatehouses also facilitated the proper disposal of waste through organized collection and removal systems. This helped in controlling the spread of diseases such as the Black Death. The controlled environment within city walls also meant that pollution was more concentrated. Gatehouses provided oversight to mitigate environmental hazards. In addition to waste, gatehouses helped manage other forms of pollution, such as the disposal of hazardous materials and controlling industrial emissions from craft workshops within the city. Natural resources like timber were also carefully managed through gatehouses. By regulating the inflow of goods, gatehouses ensured that resources were used sustainably. The preservation of natural resources was essential for the long-term survival and well-being of medieval communities. Gatehouses played a pivotal role in this environmental stewardship. Moreover, gatehouses facilitated the implementation of recycling practices. Metal scraps and other reusable materials were collected and redistributed within the city. These practices not only conserved resources, but also fostered a culture of sustainability among medieval residents. The historical significance of these roles underscores how gatehouses were not just defensive structures, but vital nodes for environmental management and the overall health of medieval communities.